We're back on Big Board Sports here, 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio, with Roger and I out yesterday. We didn't have a chance to catch up with UAlbany lacrosse head coach Scott Marr, as we normally would on a Monday. And, of course, Coach was busy on his own right and taking in the national championship game in Foxborough. But Coach joins us here now on Big Board Sports and 104.5 The Team. Scotty, good morning. Chris Honorato, Brian Mariano. And first, I'll just say, I mean, nobody needs to tell you, great year. You reach new heights with this program, and I wonder a few days later, is it still just a bittersweet thing, or has enough time passed that you look back and you say, we accomplished some great things this year?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, and thanks for having me all year. It's been great talking to you guys and being able to talk lacrosse, to the community and the Capital District. It's been a lot of fun. It's tough for the kids, to end that way. You wish if you had lost, maybe you had played better. It's tough to walk away from the field when you don't play your best in a game like that. But unfortunately it happens, and we just ran into a buzzsaw. It's 2 years in a row. We're 16-3, and two of our losses have been to the national champion. One during the season and one in the playoffs. So, it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. It was nice that we did lose to the eventual winner. But at the same time, I said it was tough to walk off the field knowing that we didn't play, our best game. And I thought we played a Denver team the week before that was very similar to Yale, physically and skill-wise, and we played really well, obviously, to win and to move on to the Final Four. But again, like you said, for us to reach a Final Four for the first time ever in school history, it's just a tremendous accomplishment for our program and for our kids. So I'm really proud of what my seniors have done that finished off this year and getting us to this level, and looking forward to getting back at it pretty soon here.
Coach, when you start naming names, which I'll do here, you're bound to leave somebody off the list, and I know I will. But of the seniors you graduate, you've called Kyle McClancy the best two-way midfielder in the country for a couple of years now. Troy Ray, who of course is also he's part of that face-off unit, is a terrific long-stick midfielder for you. J.D. Colarusso in goal. Obviously, Connor Fields. What has this class meant to this program? Again, Stone Sims, A.J. Cluck, Justin Ray. Those guys all played for 4 years for the most part. Again, they've been workhorses for us, and they've been through every up and down, and again, they just kept grinding and kept leading and got us to this level this year. So we're certainly going to miss those guys. But hopefully we've recruited well, and we do have some nice young players waiting in the wings here, and hopefully they learned a lot through the year and grew through the year as well in practice and in the game time that they got as well. So, hopefully we'll be back, just as strong next year, and looking forward to getting after it again. But, again, you can't say enough about a senior class. I think they won 59 games, in 4 years. So it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit of winning. So, a lot of fun. Good guys. We had them over here last night for a barbecue at the house, and had a good time with them. Just sending them off. So it was fun.
Coach, Brian Mariano in for Roger on this Tuesday, and you played a team in Yale that you played earlier this season. Back to Saturday's matchup, did they do anything differently than what they showed you in that first matchup earlier in the season?
Nope, not really. It was the same team. Just again, like I said, physically, a very, very big, strong physical team, probably as big as I saw all season. Basically they were Maryland of last year in a way. They were just solid in every position that they had, face-offs to their offensive kids, and their defensive kids. Their goalie played well. So they were just a really, really solid team. Didn't have many holes. And again, when they were playing at their best and we weren't playing again at our best, it's a tough matchup. When we would have had to have played almost a near perfect game. Like we did the week before. We had 5 turnovers, we shot the ball well, all that kind of stuff. So we just didn't have a great day, unfortunately, but they're, can't take anything away from them. They're absolutely a tremendous team.
How are your grilling skills? How do you feed a full lacrosse squad?
It was about 17 of us, I believe, with my trainer, my manager,
all my assistant coaches, and 10 of the boys, 10 of the 11 made it. JD was still in Boston. We had a good time. Had some ribeyes, some filet mignon, some
nice
asparagus, some green beans. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I like the grill. I'm not bad on the grill.
Love it.
Imagine what that food bill looked like with all those players over there. Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Scotty, take us back to what Connor Fields went through this season, and then I want to ask you about one of your other seniors in JD. But Connor, from a toughness standpoint, being a leader, being a teammate, what he went through this year, what you were able to witness that many of us were not, and I know you referenced it in your post-game press conference, what this kid has been through and still what he's given this team.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for any more from a young man, from an athlete, to be as competitive as he is and to want to continue to play even though he's hurt. Connor hurt his knee, we think, about 2 years ago, and really has been playing, we think playing without an ACL or a partial ACL for almost 2 years. So, unfortunately, the MCL that he sprained was really the cause of the whole knee injury, and the ACL really wasn't a factor. It was more the MCL, which he did do, and it was unbelievable that he could come back and put a brace on and continue to play at a pretty high level, and like I said, he went down a couple different times in different games, and he just kept battling back, and that's something you want out of every kid, and he really showed a lot of courage and a lot of guts to keep really putting himself out there with the opportunity to possibly fail again, and that was hard. You come back, you work hard, you think you're ready to play, and then we go to Yale and he hurts it again, and even early when he tried to play against Harvard, and he came out and he couldn't do it. So just like you said, the fact that he kept putting himself out there to failure was that's just what an athlete does, and it was amazing to watch him do that and play as well as he did in the playoffs. 7 points against Richmond, 3 against Denver, 5 points against Yale. Was absolutely beautiful behind the back pass to Jacob Patterson. It just was It was great. It was great to see him compete, and we're glad that he did, and he helped get us to this point. He would have been really bummed out if he couldn't play at all. So it was nice.
And I know it was a difficult decision for you in the America East semifinal game to take Connor out towards the end of that game, just because he wasn't as effective as you needed him to be without that knee. And I know it was equally as difficult, maybe if not more so, to remove J.D. Colarusso for a little bit in that semifinal game on Saturday, Scott. But I will give JD this. It's not easy for anybody in their worst moments in life to talk about them after the fact or to have to answer questions after the fact. But we spoke with JD after the game. He took more responsibility than I know you believe he should have, but I thought handled it in a way of class that speaks to your program and the way you bring a lot of these kids along in the 4 years. He stood there and answered every single question. What sort of interaction did you have with JD after the game?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's a team game. It obviously is, and JD struggled early on, and they really came at us, just unbelievable in that first quarter. And again, some of the shots are not savable. They're right on top of them, that type of stuff. So we really just wanted to take them out and just give them a chance to kind of maybe just regroup a little bit and just, take a deep breath and then put him back in the game, give him a shot to finish off his career, it was just one of those days. Like I said, they played extremely well, and they shot the ball extremely well. But for JD to stand there, he said, he knows, and it's like anybody else in sport, it's part of the game. It is what it is, and you have to face the music, win or lose. And he certainly did a nice job of relaying his feelings after the game, like you said, and he stood up like a man and answered the questions, and he moved on, and we moved on, and again we try not to harp on the game. Once it's over, we accept the outcome and move on. So. He's a tough kid. It was a tough way to end his career, but at the same time, there's a kid whose dream was to play for us, and his dream was to play at a Final Four as a Great Dane, and he accomplished that dream. So, at the end of the day, when we look back on it, 16-3 and a chance to compete in the national semifinal is a pretty good season for us. So, we'll take it. Like I said, down the road, he'll be a little less hard on himself, I'm sure.
Well, you're right. The bar is certainly set high, and the senior class made that known that, getting there is not enough. They expect the underclassmen to be back very soon to the national semifinals. Scott, we appreciate your time all season long. As you know, by the crowds that have turned out to your games, you can't say the Capital Region's unaware of lacrosse anymore. There's no doubt about that.
No, there's no question, and we appreciate all the fans this year for sure. And I'm glad you brought that up. So I'd be remiss if I didn't say how exciting it was for us as a team, to go out every weekend and home game that we played. We had 10 home games this year, with playoffs included. So, and to have that kind of support for our kids in the program, it's just phenomenal. Casey Stadium now is a really tough place to play for opponents because of the atmosphere that has been created with our fans. So we do appreciate all their efforts and all the time they came out in subpar weather, so I appreciate it.
Yes, as you know, this season in the Northeast is not kind. Let's catch up over the summer, Scott. We'll get fans ready for some of the kids coming in next year, what they can be excited about. And I know you said you love to watch championships, so enjoy the Stanley Cup final and enjoy the NBA Finals.
Awesome. Did watch the game last night. It was great.
Yeah, what a show it is in Vegas, huh?
Oh, man.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy. I appreciate it, guys. It's been a fun year, and I look forward to next year. Thank you.